heart.
9-year-old Macy Plowman of Mill Hall is passionate about her
Oil
artwork.
pastel, yes. And this is kind of special. You got a heart theme going here.
We got
maybe because of the special heart you've got inside of you.
One special heart is right. When Macy was just 4, she had a strange episode that caused her to pass out at her father's house.
That feeling?
I'd tell her my heart was racing. My heart was having a race.
When paramedics arrived, they found her heart rate to be around 200 beats per minute, way too fast.
Macy didn't feel well when she had that. You can imagine your heart racing that fast, you're going to notice it.
Macy was rushed to Geisinger Janet Weiss Children's Hospital in Danville, where pediatric cardiologist Dr. Robert Mangano took over her care.
She was very sort of difficult to diagnose exactly what her problem was. We thought it was one thing, or it turned out to be something else. The first treatment really didn't help her too much. But by pulling together teams of people, including Dr. Oren, to help us out, and the intensive care doctors, we were able to get a more solid diagnosis.
After many tests, monitoring, medication trials, and stays in Geisinger Janet Weiss Children's Hospital, Macy was finally diagnosed with ventricular tachycardia.
Eventually, some of the recordings we got of her heart showed her heart rate going very rapidly, like I said, but it was a little bit different than usual. The pattern of the heartbeat was different than we often do see in young people with tachycardias. Hers is just a very unusual form.
With the proper medication and routine checkups, Macy's heart rate is now under control.
Every year she gets a 24-hour monitoring. Sometimes we've done 48, but 1 or 2 days worth of monitoring to see what her heart rate is doing and see how often she's having the tachycardia. They've become so infrequent that she stopped noticing them, and they really became much less problematic for her, at the point which right now she has no symptoms, she feels fine, and the medication really is holding things very steady.
Machines that test heart function, like the ones used on Macy, were funded by Children's Miracle Network at Geisinger.
The echocardiogram machines and the EKG machines that we use for the monitoring of Macy's heart health were funded in large part by the Children's Miracle Network.
Dr. Mangano sat down with us and explained, it wasn't life-threatening, that, put it in terms that we understood, and treatment in terms that we understood.
I'm glad that he's my doctor. I really like him. I like all the nurses too.
Donations support the Child Life Department, which kept Macy happily distracted while she was in the hospital.
I couldn't ask for better, facilities. They were wonderful. She wanted to, she stayed overnight. They let me stay with her. They let her rent movies. They brought her, ice cream or popsicles.
Gifts also have purchased items such as recliners that allow parents to stay comfortably in the room with their child.
Geisinger is a tremendous facility. We've grown up in central Pennsylvania. You know what Geisinger is and the quality of work and what they offer to the community and even the extended community. And on the same note, that that whenever they send you there, that it's serious, because they only have the best that come in there.
Looking at Macy today, her energy and strength is endless.
I used to do swim and gymnastics, and now I do dance, basketball, and softball.
Whoa, nice arm. Thank you.
And while Macy won't outgrow her condition,
She can continue on the medication as long as her heart function stays, strong and normal, and he believes that it will. And if she's okay with taking the medication, then that's probably the route we're going to go at this point, unless as she gets older she feels comfortable with getting an ablation.
All those things add up to a young, healthy little girl who is as healthy as any other child out there, and you couldn't tell that she's got any heart problem whatsoever.